Hey readers. So this reading strategy for this week is building an on deck list. Other people call it a to be read list, but basically it's just a list where you keep titles of books that you want to read. And this helps kiddos. The reason why we do this is this helps kiddos and adults. It supports their independence in reading. If I always have something on my on deck list, I know that I should always be reading every week. I need to commit to a certain amount of time that I'm reading. I need to always be in a book. And so that on deck list helps support that independence. Series are great to add to the list because that keeps kids reading. And so I know that as an adult, I have one on my phone because people recommend books to me all the time, students, other teachers. And so I keep that list on my phone because I always have my phone on me. So if you remember that when we set up our notebooks, our kids had a section in their notebook to keep titles of books. And so I'm going to show you a couple ways to build that on deck list. And this really connects to the video that I had about choice. They feed each other. All of these strategies and tips that I'm giving you, they feed each other. All right, so the first way, like I said, is a list. So this is Cohen's journal, and he has a column for title, author, and suggested. So we remember where that suggestion came from. And so Cohen right now is in a summer camp for growing stronger readers, writers, and mathematicians. And so the first one is the Bad Guys series, sorry. And he found that in the school library when the teacher took him book shopping. And so he started one of those books, and so he added that to his suggested reading list because we don't have those books at home. So it would be books that we would need to pick up either from the library or order on Amazon. So he likes that series. We added it to his list. Another one is They Zoomed In with an author and illustrator. And it's The Adventures of Sammy the Wonder Dachshund, and it's a picture book series, and he really likes that, so we added that to his list. And so that's where we'll keep his suggestions, and they come from lots of different places. This week it's coming from summer camp. And then the other video I made with Brooklyn, what I did was I went to the Young Adult Book Award list, South Carolina Young Adult Book Award list, and like I said, they have them for picture books, children books, middle grades, which is the Junior Book Awards, and then young adult, which is more high school. And so I took her choices. I took the information that I gathered from that conversation about what genre she liked, her likes and dislikes, and I made a list for her. So this is her on deck list. And so I actually found out that that book that she read, Contagion, that she really liked, has a sequel called Immunity. So that will be a great next read for her. And then in the guides for those, it was on the Young Adult Book Award list last year. And so in those guides, it has other books you might like. And so Cinder is really popular with my kiddos. And so I added that to her list because it's similar to the Contagion, has lots of the same themes. She mentioned that she likes real stories like memoir. And so Dancing at the Pity Party and Hey Kiddo are both not only memoirs, but they're graphic novels. So those are some great reads that I think that might catch her attention and keep her reading. She likes the coming of age stories. So like To Kill a Mockingbird, she mentioned, and another one, Outsiders. And those are both coming of age. So I picked out All American Muslim Girl, which is a girl coming of age, and she's trying to figure out her religion, raised in a non-religious household, and she's realizing that she wants to be religious. So it's that coming of age story. And Break the Fall is another coming of age story, but it also has like an element, it's really fast paced, and it has an element of gymnastics, becoming an athlete, and Brooklyn is a dancer. So I think that she'll find some connections there. And then the last one, I have two suggestions. I Know You Remember, and One of Us is Lying, which are both suspenseful mysteries, and they're, again, very fast-paced and twists at the end, which I think she'll like. So I kind of curated that on-deck list for her because she needs a little bit more support to get her reading, because she's been just reading stuff that her teachers are telling her to, and she doesn't have those like independent skills yet, whereas Cohen has been living with me for a long time. And so he is immersed in kind of gathering titles. So those are two different ways to build those on deck lists. As an adult, you can model that by keeping one on your phone, and having those conversations around, picking books and keeping that list to make sure we are always, taking suggestions and finding books that will be interesting to us. All right, so your do now is build an on deck list for you, build an on deck list with your kiddos. Enjoy.